Hi, I'm Rhonda Murdoch.
I'm Gary Murdoch. We own and operate Pacific Rainforest Adventure Tours on Vancouver Island. Welcome to paradise.
My husband Gary Murdoch spent 18 years as recreation officer for Ministry of Forests on southern Vancouver Island, and he provides forest interpretation. I am a member of the Aerosmith Naturalists. I provide birding, ethnobotany, and local history information. Our nature tour company is based in Parksville on the east side of Vancouver Island. We specialize in year-round soft adventure day trips, easy for all ages from children to seniors. Our mission is to provide a unique nature experience and to enhance environmental awareness and cultural appreciation. We provide a quality experience visiting beautiful places, some close to Oceanside area and some off the beaten track, and we share a detailed knowledge of forest, flora, fauna, history, and culture of this amazing region. We offer a selection of choice day trips to the area known as the Wild Edge, Clayoquot Sound, Long Beach, and Barkley Sound. We visit the historic communities of Bamfield and Pachena Bay, Ucluelet, Tofino, and Sayward. The Nament, Carmanah, and Walbrand valleys are our more remote day trips and accessible only by logging roads. On the east coast of Vancouver Island, we have the ancient Douglas fir forest in Cathedral Grove, 4x4 up Mount Aerosmith for beautiful vistas of Georgia Strait, woods and wine tours, and native culture. Our focus is rainforest and beaches. Some day trips include visits to vineyards, galleries, and artisan studios. We drive to charming, scenic West Coast villages to discover and experience natural wonders and historic sites. The Wild Pacific Trail. We take the portion of the Wild Pacific Loop Trail with breathtaking vistas of the island-studded entrance to Barkley Sound with its rugged, rocky shoreline and the endless beat of the waves being thrown against the coastline. We enjoy spectacular shoreline and seaward panoramas while walking in ancient western red cedar and Sitka spruce forest. The trail traces the cliff edges along the extreme outer coast. We get very close to the huge breakers, but the only risk is a bit of mist in the face. We look over outer reefs continually pounded by ocean swells and waves. Migrating whales and sea lions pass by here in season. Seals, mink, and sea otters are spotted in the inner waters. Hundreds of species of birds, including bald eagles, soar overhead. Or you can see the black oyster catchers on the rocks, with its striking black plumage and bright orange bill and pink legs. The portion of the trail we guide you on passes through old-growth forest and gnarly beach-edge trees twisted and molded by the forces of nature. We see some very large fallen nurse logs, raised root systems, and undergrowth of fungi, mosses, lichens, and ferns. You have an environment here that has been aptly described as a national treasure. We're standing at the edge of the largest, deepest ocean in the world. It is 4,000 miles to the next piece of land. Exhilarating rocky headlands, even in a wheelchair you can take pleasure in the fascinating Pacific Ocean pounding surf. Natural and human history are featured during these exciting and inspiring tours. Mackenzie Beach, situated on the narrow Estawista Peninsula, just outside the Pacific Rim National Park, we stop at the Tinwis Resort. Tinwis means calm waters. We are on traditional land of the Clayoquot First Nation people and take pleasure in this privilege to be walking on Mackenzie Beach. A visit to Roy Henry Vickers Art Gallery is a must for your Tofino visit. The gallery is a traditional Northwest Coast longhouse with a carved and painted front and cedar plank exterior. Roy Henry Vickers is one of Canada's premier artists. During his prolific career, Roy has established a loyal collecting audience for his sought-after prints, paintings, carvings, and designs. Roy's distinctive artistic style blends First Nation themes with European realism to create a harmonious fusion of traditional and contemporary, old and new, personal and universal. Roy's art is creative, colorful, and tells a story. Himwitsa, in the Nuu-chulnjuth language, symbolizes an elder telling a life-meaning story to the youth. The House of Himwitsa Gallery has some of the most sought-after masks, carvings, and jewelry in the world. The late Francis Williams' The Whaler and Duck Basket is from Nuu-chulnjuth, First Nations territory. Frances Williams was one of the finest weavers on the West Coast. Her works in bear grass and red cedar are some of the very best examples of refined artwork by Nuu-chulnjuth women. Her baskets are hand-woven, and the designs and patterns were passed down from her ancestors' knowledge. On our adventure to Bamfield and Barkley Sound, and to adjacent Pacific Rim National Park, we make a stop at the Bamfield Marine Science Centre, Canada's premier coastal research and teaching facility.
Do you want to hold it?
No, thank you.
It's quite soft. It's not slimy or prickly. It's soft. The legs underneath here are what he moves around with, and they're all like little suction cups. You sure? You might not get a chance again.
Well, no, I don't sort
Arrangements have been made with Mark for a pickup for a water taxi ride to Judy's Boardwalk Bistro and Cappuccino Bar. The waterfront Boardwalk Bistro overlooks the water, where you can relax and watch the world go by while enjoying nature and great food. After lunch, we walk the Boardwalk Trail to the West Dock, and people learn more about the history and the native vegetation of the area. One of the many memorable parts to this day trip includes a harbor cruise, exploring some of the local area and all its wonders. We board a 27-foot powerboat, the Grunt Sculpin, owned by John and Cheryl Mass of Broken Island Adventures. We may see eagles in their nest tending to their young, and black bears foraging on the shoreline. Another treasured aspect to the Bamfield day trip is Pachina Bay Beach, where we encounter the wild West Coast Sitka spruce rainforest and the spectacular sandy beach facing the wide open Pacific Ocean. This area has been home to the Huu-ay-aht First Nation peoples since time immemorial. We pass through their small community of Anakla on the banks of the Pachina River to access the campground and beach. The U-shaped bay is bounded on one side with a jagged rocky shoreline. It's the northern terminus of the West Coast Trail, and on the opposite side by the Pachina River, flowing beneath weathered cliffs into the Pacific. The day ends at Camp Ross, the north end of the West Coast Trail. We take 15 minutes of the easiest part of the trail. Native people, lighthouse keepers, shipwreck survivors, homesteaders, prospectors, and missionaries have all traveled along these trails and beaches. Today, visitors come to experience the beauty of the coastal environment and the challenge of hiking one of the most arduous hiking trails in North America. With many years of experience researching, designing, and operating tours on Vancouver Island, we have the knowledge and expertise to offer complete customized day trip tours to small and large groups and individuals. Customized guided nature adventures for conference, incentive, and educational groups depart from Parksville to some of the island's most breathtaking natural settings. Whatever the special interest you have, whether it's rainforest, beach, wine tasting, history, bird watching, wildlife viewing, First Nations culture, or any other activity or interest, we will deliver the tour you want.